Hey guys, Kaze here. Welcome back. We're about to start section 4 within chapter 3. So let's see how this goes, and I wonder how Heisuke has changed, considering he had to drink the water of life, blood of life, whatever. It's rain from my face. Water of life. So I wonder how that's gonna go. But we got a new home, and we took care of the guard, so yeah, let's see how it goes. December 1867. Let's see, last one was in November, so it's not that much time has passed. Scarcely a month had passed since Aburano Koji. Saito and Heisuke had returned, but the Shinsengumi was hardly back to normal. A dark, tense atmosphere pervaded the compound. Many men had lost their lives in Kazama's attacks. Even more had been injured during the attack at Aburano Koji. Among them was Heisuke. Several of the rank-and-file soldiers had seemed mortally wounded. He had looked as if he would not survive. I wonder how he got hurt. For that reason, Heisuke was declared officially dead and made a member of the Fury Corps. Oh. He survived the Aburano Koji incident by becoming a Fury and rejoined Shinsengumi. The official records showed him as deceased. That sucks. Saito hadn't been wounded, but many among the common soldiers began to call him a coward. To them, he had left the Shinsengumi to join Ito, and then betrayed his new master when he had sensed a change in fortunes. I saw no reason why he shouldn't set them straight, and say they had never truly left the Shinsengumi. But he claimed he'd rather stay silent than tarnish the honor of the commander and the chief who had ordered his actions. As such, it was decided that Saito would leave the compound until tempers had been allowed to cool. Damn. We're back together, but we're not really. He was sent to stay at Tenma in order to protect Kutaramiro, an official of the Kishu domain. The night of the Battle of Aburano Koji was a turning point for the Shinsengumi. For the men who didn't know the details, it was simply a battle against their former comrades, the guardians of the Imperial Tomb. Those better informed knew that the situation in the Satsuma and Shoto domains had changed, and that the assassination of Ryomo Sakamoto had been part of a much larger plan. Only the heads of the Shinsengumi knew the whole story, the activities of the demons, and Heisuke's transformation into a fury. Such an important battle had stripped the atmosphere in the compound, and for several days there was excited men everywhere, shouting and talking. Moments of silence were few and far between. I felt I would be only in the way if I was wandering around the grounds, so I did my best to stay in my room by myself. When had everything gone so wrong? Why had all of this happened? I turned those questions over and over in my mind, but found no answers.
部屋にいてくれましたか。外に出ていたらさすがに探しには行けませんからよかったです。
Ah, thank goodness you're here. If you'd gone out, I wouldn't have been able to look for you. Sanan, but it's daytime. Are you sure you're all right?
ええ。これはまさに典型。これほどの妙案が思い浮かんではゆっくり寝ていることなどできませんよ。
Yes, yes. I've just had a revelation. I can't possibly stay in bed. His eyes glared with something, and even though he was smiling, I could feel the fingers of dread begin to poke at the base of my spine. Do you want my blood or something? What's up?
どうです。私の考えを聞いていただけますか。
Well, will you listen to my idea? It didn't really seem like a question, but I nodded anyway.
あなたは鬼です。
Thank you, Captain Obvious. You're a demon. The words were sudden and unexpected.
そして鬼たちは戦闘力も生命力も人間よりはるかに強い。
And as a demon, you are stronger, faster, and more resilient than a human. Yeah.
それは 先日我々を襲撃した鬼たちの力を思い起こすまでもないことです。
Demonic superiority was displayed quite clearly by those demons who attacked us just the other night. What are you trying to say?
その強い力を持つ鬼。
A demon possesses immense power. Uh-huh. And your point? Please get to it. It's like, slowly following step by step. When are we gonna get there?
その鬼に流れる血は、やはり人の血よりも強い力を持っているのではないでしょうか。
It follows that the blood which flows through demon veins should be similarly powerful.
あるいは、羅刹の狂気を完全に抑える力があるかもしれません。
Perhaps it is even potent enough to completely counteract the madness of the Furies. I didn't know how the Water of Life worked, but Sanan's explanation seemed logical, even if a bit manic. How can you know that for sure?
自らが羅刹となる前から、そして羅刹となってからも、薬についてずっと研究をしてきたのは私です。
Since before I became a Fury, I've been researching how the Water of Life works. I know more about it than anyone else here.
その私がたどり着いたこの考えが間違っているはずはないでしょう。
How could I be wrong then?
少なくとも試してみる価値はあるはずです。
In any event, I believe it's worth testing.
この仮説が正しいことが証明されれば、それはとても素晴らしいことなのですから。
If I am correct, oh, it would be wonderful.
あなたの存在で我々すべて、羅刹隊、いや、新選組のすべてを救うことができるのですよ。
Your very existence could save the Fury Corps. No, the entire Shinsengumi. Wait, Sanan's eyes had grown painfully sharp, and I almost thought I could hear the barest edge of madness to his voice.
さあ。
Why are you pointing a sword at me? Now. Calmly and personally, he drew his sword from its scarab. There was no madness or bloodlust in his movements, and that only made them all the more terrifying. It's like, why are you in my room with a knife? What the fuck?
怖がらなくていいですよ。私は何もあなたを殺そうというのではない。
Can't I just grab a little tiny knife and cut myself on the wrist or something and be like, here, here's the blood. You don't need that big one. What the fuck? Oh, there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not going to kill you or anything.
ただほんの少し血を分けてもらえるだけで良いのです。
I just want a small sample of your blood. That's all. I took a step back, too. Sanan and his sword came closer. He lifted it, and the steel blade shimmered in the light. I closed my eyes.
何やってんだ、三男さん。
What is this, Sanan?
ああ、土方くん。ちょうどよかった。君も手伝ってください。
Oh, Hijikata, excellent timing. Please, give me a hand here. Hijikata. Hijikata walked slowly toward us, his hand drifting near the hilt of his sword. With calm purpose, he stepped between Sanan and I.
邪魔をするんですか？これは我々新選組にとって大きな一歩になるかもしれないんですよ。
What are you doing? This could be a great breakthrough for Shinsengumi.
もう一度聞く。何やってんだ、三男さん。
This is the last time, Sanan. What are you doing?
タイのために。羅刹の狂気を抑える方法を探っているんですよ。
I'm searching for a way to treat the madness of the Furies, for the good of the Shinsengumi.
そのためにこいつを切るってのか。
And that means you have to cut her.
殺しはしませんよ。血を分けていただくだけです。
I'm not going to kill her. I only need a little of her blood. The room was thick with tension, but I sensed no hatred from either Sanan nor Hijikata.
多くの羅刹を失いました。羅刹でない一般の大使も同じく。
We've lost so many of the Furies. Many of our human soldiers has fallen as well.
今いる羅刹やこれから増やす羅刹をより有効に活用するには、狂気を抑える術を見出しておくことが必要不可欠です。
If we are to effectively utilize the Furies we have left, as well as the ones we are about to create, then we must find a way to temper their madness.
そして羅刹を活用しなければ、今後の戦いは新選組にとってますます厳しいものとなる。
If we abandon the Furies and what they offer, then future battles will become more difficult. More of our men will die.
私のしていることはすべて新選組のため。聡明な土方君にはお分かりいただけるでしょう。
Everything I do for the Shinsengumi. I know you for an intelligent man, Hijikata. Surely, you understand.
それでもなお、雪村君には一滴の血も流させないと。
And yet,
守ってみせるつもりですか？
you won't allow Yukimura to share her blood.
俺はそういうことを言ってるんじゃねえ。
That's not what I mean.
ほう？
Oh?
三男さん、総長ともあろう者が大気を破るつもりかい。
Sanan, you are a colonel of the Shinsengumi. Are you really ready to break the code? Thanks, that's not what I wanted to know. The code. The Shinsengumi regulations that they're strictly obeyed. What part of the code was he about to break is my question.
「人はご法度知らねはざねえだろ」
The code says we don't fight each other for any reason. You haven't forgotten, have you?
ああ、なるほど。しかし雪村君は大使ではありませんが、それでもですか？
This is just a really weird combo I'm in. Of course. However, Yukimura is not technically a member of the Shinsengumi.
大使じゃねえがずっとここにいるんだ。似たようなもんだろうが。
Maybe not, but she's been here long enough. She might as well be.
ならば仕方ありませんね。
Then I have no choice. With that, Sanan sheathed his sword. I'm so confused. Hijikata watched him closely, his own hand still near his sword.
今日のところは引き下がりましょう。ですが、私の言ったことも少しは考えておいてください。
I'll leave for now then, but please consider what I've said. I was considering it until you brought out your sword.
考えたって同じに決まってる。なんでこいつを切り刻んで血を取ったりしなきゃいけねえんだ。
Sure, but it won't change anything. Why should we cut her open and take her blood?
それに、もし俺が許したって、近藤さんが止めるに決まってるだろう。
Besides, even if I change my mind, Kondo will never let you do it.
まったく、近藤さんも土方君も、人事だからそうやって反対ばかり唱えるんでしょう。
It's an easy decision for you and Kondo to make. You don't have the same investment in this.
ですが、もう羅刹は私だけではない。平助にとっても降りかかる問題なのですからね。
Heisuke's a fury now too, though. This will affect him as well.
かわいい仲間のためにも、少しは真剣に考えてほしいものです。
So I encourage you to consider what's best for your friends when you make your decision. Those final words cut like a knife, deeper than anything he had said before.
一つ、いいかい。
Can I say something? Hijikata's words were strained as if he was pulling it from somewhere deep within his soul.
どうぞ。
Of course.
三男さんの理屈は正しい。それは昔からずっと変わらないさ。
Your reasoning is correct. It always has been.
三男さん。あんた、自分自身が血に飢えてるとか、そんなことじゃねえよな。
But, Sanan, tell me, you aren't doing this because the bloodlust is taking your mind.
自分が血を口にするために、その正しい孤理屈を並べ立ててるって、そんなくだらねえ話じゃ。
Tell me that some sick desire to taste her blood isn't what's driving you to this. Can I trust you?
そんなわけはないでしょう。私は常に新選組のことを考えていますよ。
Of course.
では、雪村くん。また。
Of course. My only concern is for Shinsengumi. Goodbye then, Yukimura. We'll talk again. He smiled and ducked out of the room. Only after I heard his footsteps fade away down the hall did I begin to breathe again.
大丈夫か?
You okay? I saw him relax almost imperceptibly as he turned to look at me. The bowstring-tight tension of a moment before was gone. Or at least, mostly gone.
悪かったな.
Sorry about that. No, thank you for helping me.
礼を言われるようなことじゃない.
Nothing to thank me for. But there was something I wanted to say to him. A question that had been on my mind for a while. For a moment, I thought perhaps now was the time to ask, but no. I shut my mouth. What is it?
なんだ?
What? Perhaps I was simply afraid of what his answer would be. Perhaps, after hearing my question, he would no longer allow me to stay with the Shinsengumi. No, I couldn't stay with him forever. Nothing good would come of avoiding the issue. Best, I simply face it. Still, I was afraid to ask.
俺もそんなに暇じゃないんだ. 話があるならさっさとしろ.
I don't have all day. If you have something to say, say it. I'd already drawn his attention and apparently his ire. There was no point in backing out now. Why do you keep protecting me like this?
お前は話を聞いていなかったのか?
Weren't you listening?
俺は別にお前を守ったわけじゃない. 大気を三男さんに守らせただけだ.
That wasn't about you. It was about Sanan and the code.
だいたい三男さんだってお前を殺そうとはしてなかったんだろうが.
What the heck kind of... Besides, it's not like he was actually trying to kill you. At worst, I saved you from a scratch. What kind of scratch do you give someone with a giant sword? With the way he was pointing it, that was not going to be a pretty one. No, I don't mean just now. I mean all the other times. When Kazama attacked us, everyone in Shinsengumi put their lives on the line. For me. All he wanted was me. You could have just given me up and he would have left you alone.
あいつらは薩長の一味だ. 敵が来たら戦って倒すのは当たり前のことだろうが.戦いに命をかけることもな.
Kazama works for our enemies. That makes him our enemy. Once a warrior doesn't fight his enemies. I had to admit, that did seem reasonable.
それに、お前は高堂さんの娘だからな. 高堂さんを探し出すのにお前は必要だ. そんなこと、最初から知っていただろう.
Besides, you're Koto's kid. If we want to find him, we need you. Didn't we talk about this when you got here? Yes, but that was a long time ago. Things have changed. I don't think finding my father is going to be enough to resolve the situation anymore. Like, how long has it been anyway? Holy shit. Sorry. It's like 1867. It's been about 3 years I've been with them. Holy crap, that's a long time.
お前のことを守ると言って預かったんだ. 守らねえでどうする?
Look, we said we'd protect you, so we will.
武士に二言はねえ. 状況が変わったからって、初めの話をコロコロ覆すようなやつは武士じゃねえんだ.
A samurai doesn't go back on his word. A man who breaks a promise just because something's changed isn't a man. Even I knew he was only using my father's name as an excuse, but I had a feeling that if I pointed that out directly, he'd get angry. Still, that he would make excuses like this and let me stay and keep me safe, it could only mean that Hijikata and Shinsengumi had finally accepted me. Oh. That thought was like a ray of light, pushed away the doubt I had felt only moments before. But I need to be careful not to get carried away.
おい、黙り込んでどうした?
Alright, why'd you go quiet? If they had accepted me, but I wanted to help, I wanted to do something. And then again, what could I possibly do? I couldn't fight. I didn't have any special knowledge aside from the second-hand medicine. I was more of a burden than an asset, if I was honest with myself. What was I going to do? Ooh, question for me. Yay! Let's see. I want to help you. I'll stay here. Well. What would I say? I'll stay here. I want to help.
なんだ、まだあるのか。
What? Is there something else? I want to help. Please, if there's anything at all I can do.
手伝いだと。
Help? Oh no, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. He didn't look very happy. Because, was he really mad? I was starting to very much regret speaking up, so much so that I began to wish Sanan would come back, just to give Hijikata someone else to glare at. No, that would have been bad too. But what was I going to do? Give up? No, I had come too far. If I backed down, nothing would change. I couldn't be one of them if I just let them protect me all the time. Please, I just want to be useful. I'll do anything. The silence stretched out so long, I thought I was going to scream. It's like it's awkward and it's nerve-wracking and it's like, ugh.
大使が行くよりは目立たねえな。
I suppose you would be more discreet than one of our boys. For what? He spoke to himself very loud enough for me to hear. Hijikata?
筆と紙だ。
Brush and paper. Huh?
筆と紙を持ってこい。お前の部屋にはそんなものもねえのか。早くしろ。
Bring me a brush and some paper. You do have that in here, don't you? Hurry. Yes, right away. I scrambled across the room, grabbed a brush and paper, and handed them to Hijikata. He took them silently, still scowling, and began quickly to draw. A map? What is that? He ignored me and continued drawing.
サイトが三浦健吾で天満屋に詰めてるのは知ってるな。
You know Saito's in Tenma guarding Miura, right? Yes.
あいつに渡してほしいものがある。届けてきてくれ。
I want you to take him something. Will you do that? Do you think I can?
ああ。大使が言ったら目立って仕方ないからな。
Yes. One of our boys would stand out too much.
お前出ないとダメなんだ。任せて大丈夫だな。
You're the best option I've got right now. Can I trust you with this? Yes, of course. Sir. I was thrilled to help, of course, but I was even more ecstatic to be given a task specifically suited to me.
地図は書いてやった。これを見ていけば迷子にはならんだろう。
There, I drew you a map. Keep to this and you shouldn't get lost. Right, thank you. The map was pretty straightforward, but I still barely knew my way around Kyoto. Without it, I would likely have gotten lost. Alright, I'm going. What am I taking to him? I turned to leave, and only a concentrated effort kept me from skipping toward the door. I'm like, I'm so free. Get happy.
おいバカ、手ぶらで行ってどうするんだよ。
Hold on, genius. Hard to deliver a message if you don't have one. Oh.
そんなに浮かれた様子じゃ心配になるな。本当に大丈夫か？
You're making me nervous, kid. Are you sure you can do this? Yeah, I was just really excited to have something to do. Yes, of course. I'll do a great job.
これが斎藤に渡す書状だ。浮かれて落としたりするなよ。
Here's a letter for Saito. Make sure you don't drop it, or lose it somehow. Yes, I'll be very careful. Is there anything you want me to tell him?
必要なことは全部書状に書いてある。
Everything I have to say is in that letter. Understood. Then I'm off. This time, I wasn't able to fully do the urge to skip. He must have been like, huh.
言ったか。
Oh, okay. And there she goes.
おい、山崎、島田。
This is odd. Hey, Yamasaki. Shimada. Yes, sir.
お呼びですか？
Did you call?
今彼女を斎藤のところへ使いにやった。気取られないようについていって何かあったら守ってやる。
I sent Chizuru to take Saito a letter. Keep an eye on her, but don't let her see you. If anything happens, make sure she's okay. It's like, aw, I got guardians. Kind of. It's kind of cute and then kind of annoying at the same time. It's like, oh, they're protecting me. But it's like, you don't fully believe in me. Fuck you. I'm sorry.
了解しました。
Understood.
ただ三浦の絡みでサッチョやら土佐やらの獅子連中と切り合いになっちまうくらいのことならいいんだが。
Hopefully, if something does happen, it'll just be some idiot trying to get Miura or something.
あいつは厄介なのに狙われている。鬼に襲われるようなことがあったら一目散に連れて帰ってこい。
There's some pretty dangerous guys after her, though. If the demons show up, just get her back here immediately.
担いででもいいから3人揃って帰ってこいよ。
I don't care if you have to carry her like a sack of rice. Just make sure all three of you come back.
承知しました。では、行ってまいります。
Yes, sir. We're off.
あ、
Yeah, get going. Well then. I stuffed the letter into my shirt, double-checked to make sure it wouldn't fall out, and then opened up the map. This is my chance. I have to do a good job. According to this map, it looks like I have a ways to go. I better hurry or it's going to be evening by the time I get there. I should run. Even without the desire to arrive before an evening, I likely would have run anyway. I was far too excited to walk. Thanks to Hijikata's map, I found my way to Tenma without incident, although evening had come by the time I arrived. I had been told earlier that Saito had taken a room under the name Yamaguchi. After a short while, the receptionist directed me to his... Yamaguchi, sorry to bother you.
なんだお前が来たのか
Oh, you. Windows eyebrow shifted up fractionally in response to my presence. Although he had likely expected the letter, it was somewhat less predictable having only been assigned a task earlier that day. I'm sorry you got someone as inexperienced as me.
いや、別にそんなことはない。ただちょっと意外だっただけだ。
No, you misunderstand. I was only surprised.
そろそろ何らかの連絡がある頃だとは予想していたが、お前を使いによこすとはな。
I expected to receive new orders soon, but I didn't think you'd be the one to deliver them. Right. Well, I asked if there was anything I could do to help, and this was it.
まあ確かに。考えてみればいい手だ。顔を知られた大使を使いによこせば、ここがバレてしまうからな。
Well, I can see his thinking. It's a good plan. Whatever others would have drawn undue attention to this location.
腕も人間も信頼できる幹部連中にこそ任せられない仕事だな。
Captains are too recognizable and too valuable.
かといって、昨日今日入ったような新参の平大使では信用できない。どこの患者やもしれないからな。
New members might not be noticed, but how can we know where their true loyalties lie?
疑われることなく使いに出せて、どこの回し者であるはずもない人間。土方さんがあんたをよこすのも道理だな。
You, on the other hand, can move unnoticed, and your loyalty is beyond question. Hijikata made an excellent choice. Oh, thank you. You can tell I'm not valuable, though. There's something very pleasant about being told I was trustworthy.
では、書状を。
The letter? Oh, of course. I pulled up a letter and handed it over. He tore it open and read it over quickly, then lit it on a nearby lantern and watched it patiently until it was nothing more than ash. Saito?
山口だ。
Yamaguchi. Right. Are you sure it's okay to burn it?
もう目は通した。こんなものをいつまでも残しておいては、いつどんな間違いが起こるかわからない。
I've read it. I know what it says. Why should I leave it to be intact, to be intercepted? Oh, of course.
役目、ご苦労だったな。感謝する。
Thank you for delivering this letter. Good work. Oh, well, just doing my job. No need for thanks. I certainly hadn't done anything very impressive. Anyone would have done it. But it did feel nice to be thanked. After all, I had done just what was asked of me, and I hadn't messed anything up. I was rather proud of myself. Now that the job was done, though, I wasn't quite sure what I should do next. Stay and talk. No, I'm sure he'd prefer if I come back. Let's go. It occurred to me that Hijikata had hardly been in a sunny mood when he had given me the letter. If I dawdled after delivering it, the mood was extremely unlikely to improve. Alright, I'm heading back. This took a bit longer than I expected, so I need to hurry.
Ah, 気をつけて帰れ。
Of course. Be careful. Bye, Saito, and your purple hair. I went back the same way I'd come, but the time I returned to Shinsengumi compound, the sun had set completely. I hope I wasn't too late. Hopefully Hijikata wouldn't be too mad. I'm back.
Ah, 入れ。
Oh, come in. Right. The moment I stepped through the door, I could tell he was in a foul mood. The very air was heavy with it. Sorry.
なんだお前まさか道に迷ってたどり着けなかったのかそれともなくしやがったのか
What, did you lose the letter? Or did you not even make it there? You got lost. I knew it. No, of course not. I got there just fine and I gave Saito a letter.
そうか。ならいい。いや、それじゃお前、なんで謝ったりしたんだ
Good. Then why did you apologize just now? Oh, well, you looked really upset. I thought your mad that I had taken so long. As he sighed, I saw the tension in his shoulders ease just a little bit.
別に、お前に怒ってんじゃねえよ。
No, I'm not mad at you. Oh, really?
別に俺は、寝ても覚めてもお前のことで頭がいっぱいなわけじゃないからな。いろいろと考えなきゃいけないことがあるんだ。
It may surprise you to learn that I have many other things to think about besides you. Yes, right. Did something bad happen?
ああ、良くないことばかりだな。お前も知っての通り、内部にもいろいろとあるんだが、それ以上に、お上の方が良くない。
Yeah, a lot of bad things. You know, we've been having some trouble with the Shinsengumi, but things are starting to get dicey with people up above us, too.
お前も部外者じゃないから、いいか。幕府と公家を巻き込んだ反幕府の連中との間で、いろいろとありそうだ。
You're practically one of us, so I might as well tell you. There's rumblings that something might happen to the Shogunate.
幕府の立場が変われば、京における会津の立場も変わり、俺たち新選組の立場にも当然影響がある。
If the Shogunate's position changes, then so does Aizu's position in Kyoto, and eventually that trickles down to us. What's going to happen?
こればっかりは、なってみてからじゃねえとわからねえ。
Well, unfortunately, we won't know until it does.
あれこれ考えたって、俺の手の届く話じゃねえからな。
Of course, it's not like me worrying about it's going to do anyone any good.
ま、いろいろな状況を予測して、その時その時で新選組をどうしていくかだ。
I can make some educated guesses and prepare Shinsengumi for some things, but perhaps it's because he had never been so open with me before. I never thought about just how much Hijikata did for the Shinsengumi. The Shinsengumi's fate was tied to his fate, and his decisions could steer it to glory or destruction. It was unimaginable, heavy burden to someone like me. Is there anything else I can do to help?
何言ってんだ突然でけえ声張り上げて。
What? Running off the Tema wasn't enough for you? If the Shinsengumi is in a rough spot, then please, I just want to help. I want to be useful. His scowl deepened, but he said nothing. Please, Hijikata. I bowed down until all I could see was the floor. Please, I'm begging you. I bent down as far as I could. He had to.
たく。
Damn. I heard him move and felt something touch my chin. I opened my eyes to see his fingertips under my chin, warm and dry. He lifted my face up until I was looking straight into his eyes. CG! I like it, though. He was so close that I could feel his breath.
役に立ちたいと言ったな。
You say you want to help. Yes.
お前はそれを間違った考えだと思っているのか？
Do you think it's wrong for you to think that? No.
役に立ちたいというのは私欲に満ちた願いなのか？
Do you want this for selfish reasons? No, I mean, it's not like I want to make a name for myself or something like that. You've all risked your lives to protect me, over and over. I just want to give you something back.
なら、簡単に頭を下げるんじゃねえよ。
Then don't bow so easily.
お前は間違ったことを言ってるわけじゃねえんだろうが。間違っていないなら、頭なんか下げるな。
You believe you're right. Why should you bow if you think you're right? Yes.
自分の心の中に思うところがあって、譲れないものがあるなら、まっすぐに前を見ていろ。
If you believe something, then don't ever bow or yield. Hold your head high and walk tall.
なすべきことがあるなら、そこから決して目をそらすな。
You won't win if you don't keep your eyes on the prize. Yes. I look back at him with the composure I could muster. I want to help you. If there's anything I can do, please, let me do it.
いいだろ
Fine. He gave me a quick smile and returned to where he'd been sitting when I came in.
う。そんなに言うんなら、そうだな。まずは、茶でも入れてこい。
If you want to help so much, go make me some tea. Yes.
その茶の味に新選組の命運がかかっているからな。うまいやつを頼む。
Creepy smile. The faith in Shinsengumi rests on this tea. Don't screw it up. Yes, sir. Leave it to me. Ah, romance. Yay. Unable to hide my smile, I leapt up and bounded out the room. Just before I was out of earshot, I heard Hijikata mumble to himself.
それにしても、どうなっちまうんだろうな、俺たちは。
What's going to happen to us now? I don't know. The Shinsengumi, once solid, now wavered. What would happen to them? What would happen to the Fury Corps? Men were now forced to watch as their friends became the undead monsters known as Furies. Was it any wonder if they found themselves conflicted, or if their tempers began to rise? Several days later, there was an order to begin the Imperial Restoration. The Emperor would restore to power, and his court would once again rule the nation. An overall way of thought among Imperial supporters who wanted to see the Empire in power instead of the Shogun. Oh, okay. The position of the Shogun would be abolished, and Kyoto's military and judiciary commissioner positions would be eliminated. All Shinsengumi had fought for and believed in was falling to pieces. Definitely not that good. Hey, we made it to chapter 4. Chapter 4. Ooh, and a trophy. We're on the horizon. Okay, it's not that good. But at least we finished that chapter. Let's let it all fade in and all that stuff. Alright, anyway. That is pretty much it for chapter 3. We finished chapter 3. Yay! So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Let me know what you guys thought about this chapter. And check out my social links down there in the description area below as well. Alright, until then, bye. Kaze out.